Hey guys, I'm back again, and I wanted to do a video over the top games coming out this year, and what I'm probably going to get. If you've seen Dora's list, it just goes on and on forever, and that's kind of where I got the inspiration for this video. Plus, I was just watching a bunch of trailers for the games. I'm like, how am I going to pay for all this? So, we'll start off. If I had an Xbox, I'd be excited for Gears of War 3. But I don't have one anymore, so I'm not really pumped for that. But if my friends have it, I will play that, because I used to own Gears of War 1 and 2, and it's a phenomenal game. The second one took a step backwards in gameplay, but it's still really good. Now, this game I'm super pumped for. I played the beta, Uncharted 3. By far, it seems like they're trying to revolutionize the series, and it felt like that some of their ideas came from Call of Duty Black Ops, just with kill streaks and just different upgrades and emblems and character creation, all that kind of stuff. But in all honesty, Naughty Dog, they have a really knack for taking other people's ideas and really pounding the hammer into the nail and executing every freaking time. Just look at their past franchises, like how well they were. Like, their games have always been good, and that's why they're always going to hold a place in my heart as a developer. Next up, Star Wars: The Old Republic. Probably won't be getting it, but I'm just pumped just to see what people say about it. Because from the videos I've seen, it has that nice little cartoony look, kind of like World of Warcraft, which a lot of MMOs are going that route. So, but I'll move on since I don't have a port to play it on. Assassin's Creed Revelations. Ooh-wee, I'm pumped for that. There was a beta that got released recently, and my friend, he got contacted by Ubisoft through email to join in the beta, and then PlayStation Plus users got access to it. And overall, I think it's finally good that they're gonna put the end of this series or start a new one, you know, because I'm kind of getting sick of it, because I've heard every time they turn around announcing another one, it's almost like the Call of Duty of Assassin's Creed. Anyways, Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. I am really pumped, because that's probably going to be one of the last Wii games to ever come out, and that's actually going to be good. And I haven't had many games on my Wii, except for like Donkey Kong Country and Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, but they have really not put out any good games, and that game I guarantee is going to be a good game. IGN will probably give it like an 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, because you know the dickheads they are. Sorry for my mouth. But it's true. Because, just a brief touch on that subject, IGN, I despise them. If you guys are fans of them, that's cool. I've watched a few of their videos, like the Daily Fix, but my big gripe with them is just the fact that the way they review, like, I've seen them purely review a game just based off of graphics, but it'll have excellent gameplay. And they will review a game just for having like minor bugs or minor issues and make score go down, even if it was fun gameplay. Reviewers these days, they really don't focus on the fun in the games. They only focus on graphics, it seems like. But that's why I like the YouTube community, because the YouTubers there, like Pete Dorr, Happy Council Gamer, all these people, they know what they're talking about, and you could tell. Now on IGN, I'm trying to think of this guy's name. I see him all the time on there with glasses, kind of like mine, and I could just tell he barely knows anything about games. Like, he knows enough, like, about modern games, but past games and stuff like that, he's just really stupid. Really stupid. Anyways, before I go any farther, Battlefield 3 I'm looking forward to. Jason, if you get that on PS3, we're playing. Skyrim, oh my god, I'm looking like, I don't even know what's going to happen. Like, my brain will probably just melt from its awesomeness. Batman Arkham City. Oh my god, got the first Batman Arkham Asylum on launch, and ever since, like, I still even play it. Like, it's a good game to come back to. It has tons of replay value, and that it just goes to show that developers can make a good superhero game, and they can make it fun and make it actually have good graphics and be entertaining. Because I've heard people on YouTube all over the place saying, "Oh, there's never any good superhero games except for like Spider-Man stuff," and they need to throw that idea out the window, and developers need to just start executing and doing what Batman Arkham City does. And according to Pete Dorr, Captain America has very similar combat to that, so that's good to see that people are getting ideas from them. It's not wrong to take a good idea from another game and just execute it, just like a Naughty Dog, like I said earlier. Anyways, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, I'm not going to get this on launch. Like, I am not going to get this on launch. Like, I've bought into their other games, and it seems like they have so many false promises so many times. It's a series I don't want to give up on, but I'm just going to wait like 2 or 3 months just to see what people are going to complain about this time. Oh, this gun's cheap. Ooh, there's a glitch right here, you know? I don't know. I don't trust Infinity Ward or Activision at this point. Mass Effect 3, I'm excited for. I haven't played the first or second, but heard good things. Mario Kart 7, that looks okay, but the past ones were way better, and this doesn't seem like it's really innovating. Super Mario 3D Land, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. This game, 2012. Here's some 2012 games I want to throw in: Last Guardian, Bioshock. But I don't worry about that. Luigi's Mansion. Minecraft, even though that's already out, like the beta form and all that other nonsense, I want to get the actual PC form of it in the box. You know, because I purposely didn't buy it because I kept hearing Notch say he's going to release it, so I waited patiently. Saints Row the Third, that looks pretty good. Final Fantasy 13 too. I still haven't beat 13. I'm on like the last chapter, but it's been way too lazy. Oh, here's one that I'm super excited for: Eco and Shadow of the Colossus Collection. And the main reason why I'm getting into that is just mainly because Pete Dorr, the way he talks about it, he hypes up Eco so much, and from all of my friends who played it, they all love it. And these people, they tend to like games like Call of Duty and stuff like that, so it kind of makes me wonder, like, is this game so good that it could take a Call of Duty player and make them play a game that style and like it? Because one of them, that's all he does is play Call of Duty and Deus Ex. But so I'm kind of thinking that game is amazing if it could do that to Call of Duty players. No offense to Call of Duty players, because I don't know, it's raining at this point. Dark Souls, I'm pretty excited for, because if you've ever played Demon Souls, that game is amazing. It's just there's a few problems in it, and that's fine. All games have problems. Resident Evil Revelations for 3DS. I'm gonna pick that up anyways because I need something on the 3DS. Kid Icarus Uprising, Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. That has me pumped. Oh, pumped for the PS Vita as well, because you guys watched the press conference last night. They briefly talked about some of the titles that are coming out, and then out of nowhere they announced one of my favorite games of all bleep time. And I bleep because I don't want to cuss again. But Final Fantasy X was announced, and it's an HD remake ported to the PS Vita. And what gets me excited for that is I know that game will do. It will be a system seller. That's why I'm going to get the system now. And the thing that I'm excited for is if that does well enough, maybe they'll do Final Fantasy X too. And then if that does well enough, they're going to keep doing remakes and get the idea that remakes are people love remakes, and you never know, that could open the door for Final Fantasy VII to walk through and get an HD remake. Because there was a tech demo like a while back for the PS3 when that was coming out, having Final Fantasy VII kind of theme. I'll continue on Street Fighter Tekken X. That's not this year. WWE 12. I'm excited for this game. Like, I still buy some of the wrestling games, but they have not been good since like 2006. So they're good enough just to play with a friend and have a good time. But now, from what I've seen, they've taken their criticism from the fans and they're just redoing this game from scratch. And they even redid the name. It's called WWE 12 now, and it used to be called SVR, SmackDown vs. Raw. So that to me, changing the name is symbolic. How they want to come off as a better company, have a better game. Because I think how they were advertising it, bigger, better, badder, something. And they have all this new technology in the game, and it really shows. Really, really, really shows. Next game, Kirby Dream Land. Excited for that because it just reminds me so much of the Super Nintendo. Tomb Raider. That actually looks good. And I didn't believe I'd be wanting to get a Tomb Raider game because I don't like Tomb Raider. Because it's a really weird game, I guess. Like, back in the day when it came out, it was fine, but now it's just like, you see one come out and it's like, garbage. Ever since you play Uncharted, you can never go back to Tomb Raider, but this is taking Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 1's concepts and applying them to the game and making it fantastic. Borderlands 2, excited. Bioshock Infinite. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater 3D, that's gonna be good. Twisted Metal. I could just keep going on and on and on. Spider-Man Edge of Time, I don't know. Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. That looks fantastic. But this is the one I'm really excited for. And this one just caught me by eye a little while back. You may be mad at me for saying this, but a DBZ game. It's called Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. And I'm not like a super Dragon Ball Z fanboy like I used to be, really, like a lot, until I started watching shows like Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop, all these other animes, because there's better animes out there. But DBZ, to me, like, every time they put out a game that I bought, like, it was good when you were a kid. Like, their PS2 games were okay, and then they just kept putting them out, kind of like Activision in their Call of Duty. And the DBZ, they're lucky that people kept buying these games, otherwise they wouldn't be making them as much. But the next one to come out, Ultimate Tenkaichi, everyone's been begging them, stop putting out the same garbage every year. Like, they improve the graphics and little tiny details, but the same core gameplay that was there like 5-6 years ago. So what they did with this game, people are kind of mad. It has a lot of quick time events, which I prefer over just the pure fighting, because when you were fighting in a match, the camera angles would like go all over the place, and the camera was terrible, and they could never get that worked out. But now, since you have cutscenes, they can control that a little bit, and plus you could see a lot more cooler fights than you would before. Like like quick time events, people complain about. I know they can be annoying, but you know, in this game, I think it's a nice touch. And from the scale of the fights, being able to fight all over the place, kind of like Raging Blast, it just seemed really exciting. And I'm predicting that the fighting game genre is going to come back, because I'm seeing the shooter genre just starting to take a seat. Like, there's good games coming out for shooter genre, but it's like one after another, like boom, 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 boom. And you start slowing down the shooter genre because it's washing people out. It's burning me out. And personally, the fighting genre is coming back. Like, people probably won't be playing this game as much